G'day everyone, Fid here from 4x4 Explore. In March this year, we saw a massive amount of rain dumped on the Simpson Desert and Western Queensland's Channel Country. Almost 3 months later and the Outback is opening up again. I think we're all pretty pleased to hear when the QAA line at Munga-Thirri National Park reopened a few days ago, allowing four-wheel drive traffic between Birdsville and Poeppel Corner for the first time in over 10 weeks. But there are still lots of road closures and hazards to be aware of if you're planning a trip into the Outback. With school holidays coming up, I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of people doing some detailed trip planning at the moment. So what we're going to cover in this video is some of the resources that I use to monitor road conditions that will affect my tours. If you find it at all helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That sort of support and feedback is really appreciated. In the lead up to any Outback tour, I use a variety of resources to gather information on road conditions, and I check them regularly. For the more major Outback roads, I use the various state or territory Outback road conditions pages. If you just search Queensland road conditions or SA Outback road conditions, you'll find the pages come up in your search results. In fact, I'll put a few links in the comments below, and that way you can just go straight to them. But let's take a look at what information those pages provide. So let's start out on the Queensland Traffic website. If we wanted to get to Birdsville, we can see that the road from Windora through Tambar all the way to Birdsville is open. Same if we're coming in from the north, Bedourie all the way down to Birdsville is open. And if I wanted to head down the Birdsville track, let's have a look at that. The inside track closed to all traffic. There's big flooding there. And I have a look at the Birdsville track. It's fine. It's open to forward drives down to the South Australian border. So let's go over the border and have a look. Well, the South Australian Outback road condition map shows that the Birdsville track is closed from the border down to Munga-Thirri. So my key point here is if you are looking at crossing a border, make sure you check in both jurisdictions. Let's have a look over the western side of the park. We've got open and open with warnings all the way through to the border. That's pretty good. Not a great deal of detail there. Jump up into the NT and have a look. So that's where we would be coming up. If we check this out, that is Fink Road from Culgera across to Old Andado, and that's just reporting some road damage. Same here for the Garden Heritage Road that comes down to Fink as well. That's Fink there, and the Fink Desert Race is on this weekend, so there's going to be a fair bit of traffic on both of these roads. Let's have a look if we were doing the Madigan line and going from Old Andado up through here across. But let's say I don't have the ability to carry all the fuel I need to make it all the way to Birdsville with all the detours that are in place at the moment. When I get here to Madigan Camp 15, I'll probably follow the Hay River track up because I can get fuel over here at Jervois Station and then take the Plenty Road to east and back into Queensland. So the Plenty Highway, that's open at the moment, all good. And let's just go double check that in Queensland. And if I zoom out, there you go, no good. This side of the border, it's the Donahue Highway and it's closed to all traffic. So I'm foiled by that plan as well. Again, emphasising that if you're planning on crossing a border, make sure you check in both jurisdictions. Let's have a quick look at a couple of other pages. If I want some detail on Munga-Thirri, this is just the Queensland Parks website. Let's open up the caution, and it says, yep, the QAA line and Munga-Thirri National Park are open with caution. They've got detour markers out as required. If I wanted to know a bit more about the western side, so in South Australia, the South Australia Desert Parks Bulletin is what you want to have a look at. And you just scroll down to Witjira National Park. This is around Dalhousie Springs, Mount Dare, etc. You can see it's all open to four-wheel drive. And if you're going east of that into the Simpson Desert itself, this is the one you're after. Again, Colson Track is open again, and it's open all the way through to Poeppel Corner. So they are some of the websites I use. But there's a bunch of other resources you can tap into as well. I mentioned earlier the Mount Dare Hotel and the Birdsville Hotel. They both have very active Facebook pages, and they put up-to-date information on them when they have it. But there's also the local tourist information centres. Many of the shires run their own tourist information centres. Give the tourist information centre a call. They've got the latest road conditions for the shires. And also the local police. They'd rather help you out in a phone call than have to come looking for you because you've got stuck. So give the local police a call. They'll also be able to tell you about the local road conditions. So I hope that all helps. If you're planning a trip on the upcoming school holidays, check the road conditions before you go. Make sure you've got the latest information so that you can get to where you want to be and stay out of trouble. We'll see you next time.